I'm so excited, hopping from one amazing client into another, and I feel so blessed and so lucky. Today we're talking about ghosts and ghouls and goblins. Nothing scary or gory, but I'm really curious. I posted earlier in the group, what scares you the most as an entrepreneur? And forewarned, I'm going to go on a rant. You guys who have been here with me know that I go fast. If you're here, say hi. Hello, Sylvia. Hello, Linda. If you're here, say hi. I go fast. What scares you the most? Ooh, as an entrepreneur, growing an online business. Since it's Halloween, I thought I think it's brave to share what scares you, especially on social media. It's like, hey, I'm here. Wait, what? Hello, Sylvia. Hi, Audrey. Yay. So what scares you? That's my invitation, and I will just honor your courage in even sharing what scares you. I think it's daring to share what scares you. And I'm going to tell you what scares me the most now and what used to scare me the most. Dun, dun, dun. You have to remind me if I forget to do that, because I have a whole bunch of things that I want to say. So I'm looking to see if we're all here. What scares you the most? Building an online business, being highly visible. And yes, our topic is having more clients and money. Is there a connection? Is there a connection between that thing that's a little nerve-wracking, a little vulnerable, a little and having clients and more money? I would love to know. What scares you the most? So there I am. Now I'm live. Ooh, yeah, yes. Getting it wrong and hurting people. Oh, thank you, Linda. Now I've figured out how to see my comments on my regular screen. Getting it wrong and hurting people. Marketing. Oh, marketing. I can't even believe that I help people market these days, because I was anti-marketing. So let's jump in. I'm going to do a big reveal right at the top. Sometimes I tease out the intro, the information, but here's the number one stake, and why we're talking about what scares us is because what scares us is often why we make this mistake. Okay. And you've heard me talk about it before, but I think that it bears repeating, because it really is the cornerstone of what stops us from having more clients and money. And as you know, if you've been watching the videos here in this group over the last few weeks, we've been talking about making offers. And I have announced the new challenge that is coming up, and I'll grab that link for you and post it again here in the comments. It's everywhere in this group, the Inspired Offers Challenge. So the number one mistake that stops those of us who lead with the heart, who are healers or holistic providers or coaches, consultants, change makers and visionaries, we have a big mission. We feel called to share it. And Audrey, you are not alone around that marketing thing, right? But there's this charge, this inexplicable vulnerability. And I have had hundreds of people use the same words when they talk about being visible in marketing. And that is, it feels like I will be killed. I know it sounds extreme. If you don't have this, you're going to be like, well, they're overreacting, and that's dramatic. However, for those of us who have this calling, a lot of us, this called feeling that like I've got something big to come through, or it's an alternative method, or it's a woo-woo method, or it's a touchy-feely thing, or it's not what our parents thought was a good career path. It's a creative gift, singer, songwriter, actor, painter. It is not at all uncommon. So I am duty bound to my own journey to say out loud that I have heard hundreds of people, maybe thousands at this point, say, I feel like I will be killed if I'm visible. And this stops us from making offers, because it does not feel safe. It feels like we will die. And if that's not you, then be compassionate for those of us that it really, really has felt like that for. And I've done a lot of energy work. I work with powerful energy healers, and my own process of transformative witnessing, trademark, is around healing that and giving voice to your marketing, giving voice to your offers. That's why we call this Give Voice to Your Vision. And we stop the spinning wheel, we get real, and it is clarity we feel. So part of getting real is if it feels really inexplicably vulnerable, it just does. So we need a way to navigate that, and being able to access inspired offers is a really powerful way to begin to heal that visibility and gain confidence and clarity. Confidence and clarity come through action. We don't get to feel confident and clear and then act, right? I've said that lots of times. So I want to talk about, now that you know already, the number one mistake that stops you from having more clients and more money. It could very well be not making offers consistently, not feeling great about making offers, not feeling aligned with making offers. So that's why I've created the Your Inspired Offers Challenge. We're going to start in a couple weeks. It's all going to happen here inside this group. And I'm going to share my process for, there's a hint in the title, and that is inspired, right? When we come from inspiration and alignment, things are much easier, okay? So let's talk for a minute about what scares us, right? What scares us when it comes to making offers, to inviting people to hire us, to being highly visible online, to that moment where we say the investment to work with me is, to collecting that check and the check. I'm dating myself, right? Seeing that payment come through and online in your inbox and being, yay, they've made an investment in themselves and I get to support them, and how exciting is that, right? So why we don't. That's what my rant is going to be on, and I'm going to go fast because I have another client in 20 minutes. Ready? Now I've got all this pressure on me to go fast. That's one thing I do want to say. When we don't make offers, we feel, and we have that inexplicable fear or vulnerability around being visible, around self-promotion, around marketing ourselves, being too, and that's what I'm going to talk about in a second, being TOO. Then we immediately often turn around and judge ourselves for it. Okay, we immediately be like, what is wrong with you? Snap out of it. You just need to get over yourself and do it. And we start to talk to ourselves that way. And let me tell you, and we often have well-meaning people outside of ourselves tell us the same thing. Oh, you just need to go live on Facebook. Once you do it a few times, you'll be fine. Some people do that a few times and then they never do it again because it actually gets worse if they don't have support and help. Okay, so we don't want to minimize or judge the fact that, okay, it may be extreme, an extreme flight response to being visible, to marketing, to self-promotion, but it is what I have, okay? So without, we start to gain freedom, we start to transform when we release that judgment. If we are judging ourselves instead of like, oh, I feel vulnerable, or it feels scary, or it feels hard, it feels weird, what's wrong with me? I just need to get over myself. I just need to make myself do it. I need to go find another template, formula, or blueprint and make myself, or I need to get over myself. And that can often make it worse, okay? So if that's ever happened to you, you are not alone. I've talked to, like I said, so many people I know struggle with this. I'm just going to read our comments. Me too, Miche. Offending others. Beautiful. I love you guys' vulnerability and willingness to share. Hi, Marianne. Yes, it's in our own or collective history. Killed, assassinated, burned at the stake. Yep, it's true. Finding the safety to accept that there is a learning curve. This is from Sylvain. Not being too afraid to at times look like a beginner, right? Oh, beginner, vulnerable. That's right. There's, yeah, thank you, Linda. Total gold. Ooh, yeah. I know that inspiration comes through when I don't know, right. Inspiration can't come through when we're scared. Audrey, beautiful awareness. All right, so why we don't make offers. We are afraid of being killed, burned at the stake, as Miche says. It seems extreme, but some of us have that level of response. So there's lots of things we can do, and I have done to alleviate that, to heal that, ultimately clear it. There was a time when I didn't know if I would ever be able to be visible, to be confident, to be engaged, to be clear, to be articulate, to be outspoken about what I know, what I believe, to share my expertise fully. I thought I would always have to navigate the fear. Okay, and I know Audrey's here. She's an amazing tapper, so she's got some powerful tools to work on that for herself. And it's important to know that we can heal it. But I often thought that I would have to just learn how to manage it or deal with it. And what I have discovered is that it can actually be cleared and go away. And part of that happens through transformative witnessing. Trademark, just made up my name, so I love saying it over and over again. I know it's not probably relevant to you guys. But what we don't, some of us have that great big fear. But other people, like have been shared already on this live, is we don't want to be too, T-O-O, okay? Our culture is full of don't be too, right? We're all supposed to be superstars without any practice, without being a beginner, without trying anything. We're supposed to go off in our little closet and get perfect and then come out into the world with a great big bow and say, I am amazing, hire me for thousands of dollars, right? And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So we're told don't be too. In our culture, don't be too smart, don't be too dumb, don't be too pretty, don't be too ugly, don't be too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, too sure of yourself, too insecure and shy. You can't win, right? There's so many messages of don't be too. And so in the context of not making offers consistently so that we do have more clients and more money, we are afraid of, as has already been shared, bothering people. I don't want to be too pushy. I don't want to be too salesy. I'm afraid of other people judging me, thinking that I'm greedy or I'm selling out, being salesy, which I already said. Being pushy, right? I don't want to bother people. I don't want to be too, I don't want them to think that I'm just in it for the money, right? Excuse me. And I'm going to, truth bomb alert, truth bomb. And I know this from my own experience, so I will speak for myself. But one of my biggest fears around being perceived as too salesy, too confident, too greedy, charging too much, just in it for the money, was a judgment that I had on other people. And so I had that huge fear of being perceived that way, because at the same time, it was a mirror for me that I was judging other people for selling out, promoting themselves too much, always talking about themselves, right? Only being in it for the money, or constantly at me for promotion, right? Not having a relationship. So it is important that we learn how to have conversations that add value and support and serve our audience, and lead that to that next natural step in the conversation when we're making offers. But sometimes, if we're really afraid of being judged, we might be able to look and see, wait a minute, where was I judging others? Or where have I judged others in the past? Or where am I judging others? We may be also judging ourselves, right? And I have been mercilessly judged, okay? Like, I have had some nasty judgments handed down on my life, and it has not been safe, and I have had the legs cut out from under me, and it's very vulnerable. So it takes an incredible amount of courage to then continue to be visible and to stand for your message. And I've learned so much. And one of the things I learned is that that judgment that was happening to me was a mirror for me judging others. So that's the little truth bomb. Take a look at that. Only you can decide if that's relevant to you. So don't be too bothersome, annoying, salesy, pushy. Is something that stops us from making offers and invitations. There's other things, but the number one thing that costs us clients and money is not making offers at all. And I find that this mindset piece, and I'm going to say it's more than mindset, there's an energetic layer to it. Our cells store up experiences and then reactivate our nervous system so we feel them over and over again. And that's very real. So this isn't something you can necessarily think your way out of. I'm using other healing modalities like Audrey's tapping, or I use voice and sound. I'm having support on how to say it How do I let that offer become the next natural step in a conversation, right? And knowing how to craft offers that feel good to say. Now I'm getting into the what. Just make sure I've covered everything. So that was, I did my don't be too rant. All right, we're afraid of what other people will think. Understandably so, because people can be mean, right? We have to be willing to make mistakes. We have to be willing to do it imperfect. I'm going to just go through your comments again here. You guys had some great stuff. Yes, that's my method, Sylvan. Transformative witness. Shining too much. Yes, we were talking about that on our Fearless Facebook Live. Yep, sharing gifts, right? So we were talking about that on one of our calls this week. I don't remember which one. And I have Marianne Williamson's quote on my wall. I've been teaching and learning and growing from it forever. And we were talking about how what scares us most is our brightness. Well, we're most scared of our power. How does she say it? She says, it is not our light. It is not our darkness that most scares us. It is our light. We are afraid that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be gorgeous, talented, brilliant, and fabulous? Actually, she says, who are you not to be? You're a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. But it takes incredible courage. I think it takes a ton of support and guidance and angels, energy from positive, uplifting community and guides and mentors to step into our greatness. It is so scary to own it. And because we're afraid of being judged, right? We're told it is not safe, and it feels like it is not safe because our cells are remembering that. Miche is here and does some amazing, powerful cosmic attunement sessions to help clear out some of those cobwebs. So there are many moving parts, right? And I will tell you that having more clients and making more money is incredibly powerful to build your confidence, right? And to help you trust and own your expertise and experience. And it often doesn't come the other way around. So let me see, I'm just looking at my notes. The reason we don't make offers consistently is because it doesn't feel good, or we feel scared, or it feels vulnerable, or we're afraid of being judged by others. Don't be too, right? We're afraid of what other people will think. And then we also, some of us have an incredible fear or a charge around being visible. And so now, like, okay, now I'm going to be visible online. Haven't you all heard about the trolls and the mean people online? And what if I'm wrong? What if somebody says something nasty that's not true? And all of those things are so vulnerable, right? So vulnerable to imagine, right? My experience is one of my mentors told me that the first troll that you get, that first mean person that you get, means you're finally really being visible. You're finally getting somewhere. You're finally getting traction. And what a beautiful skill to develop of not taking it personally and trusting that you're in integrity and trusting the value of what you bring and being in integrity. Like maybe, you might say something that's a little bit too, or a little wrong, or that you realize I have definitely gotten excited and said something and then wondered, like, is that what I meant, or did I say it right? But you have to be allowed to make mistakes, or you cannot get out of the box. Right? You trust yourself that you'll make it right. Trust yourself that you'll be in integrity. And in order to do all these things, I think that I know that we need support, we need community, and I do believe that being witnessed and held in a very specific kind of container in community in this transformative witness place is incredibly powerful. It's a balm. It's like, my husband had this great analogy of being like a dry sponge, right? And having water in a dry sponge. So when we find someone who is an uplifter and who can help us find the words, just the simple strategies and languaging and basic courage, help us give ourselves permission to make those offers and invitations, or to be visible in another way. It's incredibly healing. It's like water on a dry sponge. So what we need, and it's not a weakness, it is a strength, is support, community, witnessing. We need encouragement. It is rigorous out there, right? It requires persistence and dedication and consistency, and those things can be elusive when we're dealing with this visibility thing where we're like, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna say what I say, I'm gonna be a leader. Okay, I'm going to be a leader and I'm going to have a presence online. So I love to help you get your message out to as many people as possible. And we also need to do that through aligned platforms. So if Facebook Live isn't your jam, that's not the place to start, okay? But if you really do want to reach and serve as many people as you can, whether you want to have a small group of high-level clients, whatever business model you want, whether you want to have an online program with 200 people signed up, whatever you want to do, if you want to truly serve as many people in the biggest possible way with your message and your gift, that means being online, and that means marketing. My first business coach, love him, Christian Michelson, said, I heard him say on stage, like, your marketing, your message is going to help more people than you ever will. More people will hear your message, hear your marketing, than you ever can work with one-on-one, than will ever buy your products and programs or take your trainings or whatever gifts, hear your songs even, right? Whatever your gift is to bring through. So in order to do that, you are worthy of support, encouragement, and community. You're worthy simply because you exist, but your message is worthy of you having the support you need to share it in a confident and powerful way. Okay, and we need clarity, right? You're an expert in your gift, in your process, in what you do. Maybe you're not an expert in marketing and messaging and making offers. So I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm just reading the comments now. You guys are so awesome to have you here. Yay. Even sharing your offering is giving. Absolutely, Miche. Did I say that? Good stuff. I'll have to come back and listen. I get out of my way and talk to you and channel for you. So we need support, encouragement, and community, and we need clarity. We need to stay connected to ourselves, our gift, our integrity, and trust ourselves that we are worthy and we can make mistakes and it's okay, and we can be seen and be highly shine, as Audrey said. And we need connection not only to ourselves and our own gift and our mission, but to our audience, right? We need to connect to our clients and potential clients and be able to resonate and be where they are too, so that we can find that language that's going to connect and inspire them, and then also be bold and daring and have a little support and strategy to have that lead to our marketing, our messaging, lead to being the offer, being the next natural step in the conversation. So that is my rant. We need help finding the words that feel good to say, that resonate with our clients, and lead them to say yes. I said it better in my notes, so I just wanted to re-say it for you guys here. Okay, and in order to do that, in order to get good at that, you need to make offers consistently. And that's the biggest mistake that keeps people from making more money and having more clients, is having a rhythm, having the support they need, getting clear on articulating those offers, so that my team is clicking on me for my next meeting, so that you get good at it in action, right? Clarity comes through action. And so it is about making offers that help you get good at offers. So that's what we're going to do in the challenge that's starting on Veterans Day, November 11th. And I would love for you to sign up. I didn't share the link, so I should do that. I have it right here. I'm going to check your comments one more time. So fun to be with you guys. Thanks for being here live. There is the challenge. So this is your inspired offers, and it's something that you'll be able to do again and again to tune into your inspiration and to create an offer that feels good to say, that also resonates with your audience. And it's not, let me see, I don't want to give too much away. You're going to learn how to do it again and again. So that's why I'm creating this training. So I'd love to hear, for those of you who are here, it's so fun to have you guys on live. I'm going to check the chat, and I would love to hear your takeaways from today. Linda says, you're so good at speaking my own words. That is one of the gifts I have discovered in healing my own issues with marketing and messaging. I'm a songwriter, and I've been an intuitive word person my whole life. I didn't know it for a long time, but my whole life. So one of the things that I love to do for people that I'm working is help you find words that you're like, oh my gosh, I can say that. That's easy to say. So I love hearing that from you, Linda. And worrying, I already mentioned my offer twice. Oh, that's such good stuff, Nietzsche. This idea of like, well, I told them once and nobody said yes. Right? And the reality is we are so busy, and we need to say it again and in different ways, and help people see the value of it and help people understand what they'll get. And we're in our process and our expertise, so it can be a learning curve to learn how to say what they're going to get in a way that they go, ooh, I want that. So we're going to touch into that for sure in the challenge coming up. Let me see. Hi, Susan, if you're still here. You mean the sky doesn't fall in? Doesn't fall in when? See, now I'm looking at comments. Audrey, yeah, so you had said, Audrey said, I don't know that inspiration comes through when I'm so scared, and it really can't, right? We're in that flight mode and everything comes out. So I know Audrey has amazing skills and tools to lessen that flight mode, but there is this moment of being visible, making offers and invitations, and stretching our container a little bit. Okay, so I'm talking about our energy container. Sometimes there's a path to confidence, and it doesn't have to always be. It's not like I said, we don't feel confident and then act. We act and then feel confident. And Audrey is getting some good support, I know, too. And if you're in that flight mode, it's probably not the best time or place to make those inspired or to hear what the inspiration might be. So it is about grounding and getting the support you need to have some of those words and ideas that don't feel so scary, right? When you can find the alignment and access that inspiration, things start to flow. All right, you guys, I have another call. Love you all. So glad that you're here. Love for you to share your takeaways in the chat. I'm going to come back and check in with you and reply and give you guys some any other pointers or answering any other questions that you may have later this afternoon. All right, and I hope that you will join us in the challenge. Bye, guys.